Hi little Wildcats, it's Mrs. Franchese, and today I want to show you some things in my backyard.
I'm sorry it's so noisy. There's a little more traffic and somebody's working next door on some tile, I think. So anyway, sorry about the noise. But I found some interesting things in my backyard that I would like to show you. So I'm taking you with me as we look for these things, okay? So I have this big tree. It's kind of doing poorly right now, but anyway, underneath it I noticed when I was doing some raking that there are these big holes underneath the tree. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. Right there's one. And then there's, I walk over here a little bit, there's another big one here. And then there's a third big one right here. This one's even bigger. It's huge. See, the entrance has got some leaves and things around it. So I asked the guy that came to take a look at my tree what those could be, and he said that they are probably ground squirrel holes, by which he meant chipmunks. And you guys may have seen chipmunks. They kind of look like squirrels, only they're really tiny. And I took a little screenshot of what they look like, so let me see if I can call that up. Oops. Yeah. If you can see it. That's what a chipmunk looks like. Whoops, it's a little bit shiny in there. They're real small. They're about as big as the palm of my hand. And so I think they made all these little holes in my backyard. And I was reading about them a little bit, and there's different entrances for the chipmunk to use, and different chambers, like different sections of a house. So one section could be like his little bathroom section, and another section could be his section where he puts his seeds and things. And so I haven't seen any pop out of these holes, but I've seen them around my yard, so maybe they still are living in here. Another thing I wanted to show you, coming across the yard, is something I found underneath my deck. I just brought it out here. I found these things. And if you don't know what they are, it's a good thing they're inactive, because they belong to wasps. They're paper wasp nests, and they were attached to the underside of my deck to my house. And one thing you might notice about them is they have these little holes in there. And the paper wasps take bits of old plant and old wood, and they mix it with their kind of saliva, and they make these little holes, and that's where they put their eggs in there. And then the paper wasps hatch from inside there, from their larvae. One interesting thing you might notice about it is the shape of the holes. I don't know if you can quite tell, because some of them look a little more rounded, but there are a few of the holes you can see. Makes me feel kind of funny just to touch it, because I know it belongs to a wasp. A few of the little holes you can see look a little more like a shape we've studied in school. And I'm wondering if you guys can remember what the shape is. It looks like a circle, but it's not. It has 6 little sides, and it's called a hexagon. I don't know if you've seen them, but a wasp looks like a bee, and it's got a stinger. And if this were an active nest, I wouldn't go anywhere near it with my hands, because it would be full of wasps, and they would not feel so great. I have another picture I can show you of what the wasps look like when they have an active nest. And that's what it looks like. You can see that picture. You can see the little wasps, and they're on an active paper wasp nest. The last thing I wanted to show you was this little habitat that's still being used by the animal that's in it. You can see it. There we go. Let me get to it. Where are you in the screen? There you are. You know what this is, guys? This is an ant's nest. If you can see those little specks moving around, those are ants. And they're carrying little pieces of maybe food or maybe eggs into the hole they've made. And I'm not going to bother them. I'm just going to let them do their work. Ants are kind of interesting because they're always busy at work, and they can carry things that are pretty heavy for an ant. That might not look like much, but that little thing he's carrying could be the equivalent of you carrying around your best friend, you know, taking him from place to place. So those are just some things that I found in my yard. I wish I could find an active bird's nest to show you guys, but I haven't been so lucky so far. I hope you're finding some cool things at home. I'll talk to you more later. Bye.